Happy Friday. We got 2 win or go home games. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. We are here at the end of the week, and we got 2 do or die games. That's right. What's better than that? Win or go home. We followed up the first day of the playing tourneys at 2-0. And then we finished it with an 0-2 day after that. So we're 2-2 now. Trae Young, we'll talk about that, but just crushed us. 2 quick reminders. MLB Best Bets video will be out after this video. So stay tuned for that. Go check it out. Of course, every Friday we got our RBI props. Went 3-1 last week. Let's see if we can keep that rolling. I know the NBA playoffs start this weekend, the official playoffs. And as you guys know who have followed me, we don't do videos on Saturday and Sunday because at some point we do have to see our family at night. But I will have best bets out. I might even drop some tonight. And then also Saturday morning, they'll be out on our community tab on YouTube. I'll post those with write-ups on Discord and on Twitter or X as well. So just want to let you guys know that. Hopefully we can start the playoffs hot. So I'm ready to get right into it. And of course, that means it's basketball season. So it's a dad joke. Here we go. Why did Waldo go to therapy? To find himself. That's beautiful. All right, anyways, in this video, we're going to recap Wednesday's games because we did not have any on Thursday. We went 0-2 like we talked about to move to 2-2 in the playoffs. And then we're going to preview and give out our best bet for the Bulls versus the Heat. And then the same with the Kings versus the Pelicans. And then after that, I'm going to give you 2 more leans also of some other ideas that I was thinking about as well. And then we'll finish it with the bets recap, of course. So hit that like button. Leave a comment below like you guys have been doing every freaking day. You guys are awesome. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are on our path to 24,000 subscribers. All right, thanks for the support. Let's get into it and get some winners. And it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. It was the 0-2 day, brought back down to earth in the playoffs. Tyrese Maxey over 29.5 points plus assists. You know, it's just one of those things. It was a bad read by me, to be honest with you. Once you saw how the game was going, it was rough. It was a slow game. The Sixers just looked absolutely lost with the zone defense. I was just so irritated watching people just stand around. It was just maddening to me. And Maxey was like not even a part of the offense at some point. Spoelstra just had them confused. But then he got going a little bit at the end. But it wasn't enough. He shot 6 for 16. I mean, maybe if he has a good shooting night, then he would go over. But still, just a loss. The second one I still liked. He had some more. He had quite a bit of potential assists. We lost on the hook. He ended at 10 assists. He got his 10th with like 4 or 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Maybe it changes if we have a close game. It's competitive back and forth. But either way, man, I thought we had that. And there were some shots missed of guys that he passed it to that easily. We just needed one more for them to make, and we win. But you know what? That's basketball. So 0-2. There's our season record, as you guys already know, and then there's the playoff record, 2-2, just down a little bit of juice. So let's get back into it, and it starts with the Heat and Bulls. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Go click that link below in the description and check it out. This first bet takes us out to Miami, Florida. We got the Heat hosting the Bulls. That's right. The Heat minus 1.5. Total in this game, 205. I'm not going to go into as much detail on each team just because, you know, we've already done that when they played their first game. But head-to-head, I will say they split the season series 2-2. They have not played each other since December 16th. They're different teams at this point. And then the big news, Jimmy Butler, he's out. Along with Terry Rozier still, that's not a surprise. Alex Caruso, questionable. Ayo Dosunmu, questionable. It's just a watered-down game. It just kind of sucks. It's not all hands on deck or anything. So it's kind of tough to predict in that way. But I do have a player prop that I really like. Give me DeMar DeRozan over 5.5 assists at minus 125 on ESPN bet. This line is moving quick, I believe. So Mr. DeRozan's been a passing machine lately. In the month of April, he's averaging 11.8 potential assists per game. That's good for 21st in the NBA. He's not a point guard, by the way. That's pretty impressive. And he's turned that into 6.3 actual assists in the month of April. He just had 9 dimes in his last game versus the Atlanta Hawks, and he now faces the Miami Heat. Obviously, overall, a tougher defense. No Jimmy Butler, though, but a tougher defense to play against than the Atlanta Hawks because, well, anybody is. But he went under in all 4 games against the Miami Heat. I know, you're thinking that's crazy. But again, remember, they have not played since before Christmas last year. So 2 of those games were with Zach LaVine playing, so there's that. In the 2 games without Zach LaVine, he actually averaged like 16 potential assists but he just didn't have any luck. So he came close. He had 5 assists, I think, in one game. Just bad luck not getting to 6. It wasn't because of lack of opportunities, but the Heat were average versus small forwards for 4 of the assists when you look at the stats for the season. But we saw it most of the year, and what we saw last game against 76ers, they're going to leave guys open for 3 balls. When you attack them, if you can get inside the zone or man-to-man, whatever it is, you're going to see guys like Nicholas Batum, but that's obviously on the 76ers. But now in this case, you're going to see Kobe White and other guys have open threes, which is going to leave him some opportunities. If they can knock him down, he should be able to get some assists here. They do allow a lot of catch and shoot threes. And then, I correlate this with under 27.5 points because like we've talked about many times before, Spoelstra and the Miami Heat like to take away your best player. And that means scoring-wise, which means he's going to have to get rid of the ball. They're probably going to hit him with some double teams. There's going to be assist opportunities. Scoring will be tougher. That's why his points prop dropped down to 27.5. I like the under 27.5 too. It was a thought, but I do like the over 5.5 assists a little bit better. If he just hits his average number for potential assists and actual assists in April, he's going to go over this. But the crazy part about this, DeRozan was the oldest player to lead the league in minutes played since the 1950s. Yes, he led the league in minutes played. So, I mean, how can you not like betting an over on a guy who did that? He's going to be out there for pretty much the entire game. He has 40-plus minutes in the last 5 games, 44 minutes in the last 2 games. This is do or die. If it's competitive, I'm expecting no less than probably 42 minutes at a minimum. So he also has no less than 5 assists in 8 straight games. So he has 5 or more assists in 8 straight games. Obviously, we need 6. He has 6+ in 5 of those 8. So, I mean, if you want a parlay piece, you could take it down to 5 and go 5+. But I think he's just going to get 6. I just like it. I like the matchup. I like the opportunity. I like the volume that he has. Like I said, he had 9 assists versus the Hawks. And he's been doing it pretty much for the entire month of April. So that's my first best bet. Give me DeMar DeRozan over 5.5 dimes at -125. And let's move on to the second game. All right, before we get to that second bet, we got to tell you about this promotion. While it's a limited time only with FanDuel, bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. Guys, this is a no-brainer. I only like to tell you guys things that I think can really help you. If you are in a legal state for FanDuel and you're thinking about signing up, now is the time. Go to the description below, click the FanDuel link, sign up, and all you have to do is deposit your money and bet $5. You get $150 of bonus bets guaranteed. Doesn't matter if you win or lose that bet, you get it guaranteed. So it's an incredible deal. Go check it out. And of course, you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, back to the bets. All right, this second game takes us out to New Orleans. We got the Pelicans hosting the Sacramento Kings. Kings -1.5. Total in this game is 211.5. Let's talk about the head-to-head. The Pelicans, they were the Kings' daddy this year. My goodness, they won all 5 games. That's right, 5-0 against the Kings. Zion did play in 4 of those 5. Obviously, Zion Williamson is out this game. It sucks, but it is what it is. In the game without Zion, the Pelicans won 133-130 in Sacramento. In the 5 matchups this season, this is what I kind of looked into the matchups and everything. The Pelicans absolutely dominated the glass. It was wild. Here's what they did. They out-rebounded them 51-25, 40-32, 42-38, 48-38, and 55-36. That's just wild to me. Combined 236 rebounds to 169 in the 5 matchups. Just insane. Just want to point that out. Just doesn't mean it has to do with my bet necessarily, but just want to let you guys know. Zion out, Ingram not looking 100%. Obviously, it doesn't mean the Pelicans are guaranteed to win the 6th time, but just want to point that out. They have played really well against the Kings. Been a good matchup for them. But my best bet, it's not McCollum. It's not Ingram. It's not Fox. It's not Sabonis. Give me Larry Nance Jr. Under 16.5 PRAs at -115 on DraftKings. Who isn't excited for this bet? An under of 16.5. All right, so let's talk about this. This is about coaching and how many minutes he's going to play and what I'm expecting. So I'm expecting the Pelicans to play Jonas Valanciunas a little more in this matchup. He's shown that he can defend Sabonis in their matchups, and Nance has only played in 2 of the 5 games against the Kings. He played 12 and 14 minutes in those. In the 9 games that Nance has played without Zion, because some of you might be thinking, well, Zion's not in, all this. It doesn't matter, guys. In the 9 games without Zion, the most minutes he has played is 22. That's right. So it doesn't mean more minutes. It actually means probably a little less. He's only averaging 17.22 minutes per game in the 9 games without Zion. Now, if we take that and just say he plays 20 minutes. In the last game, he's played 20 minutes or less. he has been under this line in 10 of those 11 games. So, again, if you think you're someone who thinks Larry Nance is going to get close to 30 minutes, I don't recommend this bet. So I'm just letting you know what I think he's going to play. Obviously, I'm not the coach. They're talking about it behind our back right now. But just based on what we've seen, the Pelicans are going to need more offense. That's where Joe Val comes in. When Zion is not playing, they need Joe Val more. So he can defend Sabonis a little bit. He's proven that, but he can also score a lot more. And so I think that's why he gets the more minutes as opposed to Larry Nance. He's more of a defensive guy. And Larry Nance gets most of his points inside the paint. That's a problem. The Kings have given up the fewest points in the paint the last 15 games in the entire NBA. No team has given up less. His season average is 12.6 PRAs. We're getting a discount there, obviously, because of the last 2 games. In that matchup with the Lakers, they wanted to play him. That's just how the matchup worked out, and that's how the Pelicans roll based on who they're playing and stuff. He played better minutes and got more PRAs and all that. That was the last 2 games, but I don't see that happening again. I think that's why you still see a line low at 16.5. So you know what? I just like this. It's like I mentioned to you guys before. This is me predicting like 20 minutes for him, maybe. So you know, if he plays 28 to 30 minutes, I will tell you this bet might be in trouble because 16.5 is a pretty low number. But if he's playing 15 to 20 minutes, I love this bet. I think he goes under 16.5. Not a big score. And so I like him to go under 16.5 PRAs. That is my second and final best bet. And now let's talk some leans. And I got 2 of them for you that I was just kind of throwing around about possibly making a best bet. Might throw a half unit on it. We'll see. But just want to give you guys some more options. One of them, the first one, Keon Ellis of the Sacramento Kings, over 16.5 PRAs. So when he plays 30-plus minutes, he's over this line in 6 of his last 7. He's averaging 24 PRAs in those 7 games. So this number is low. He's playing a lot more. They need him defensively. I think 30 minutes is a safe projection. Honestly, I think he's going to get more than that. He just played 38 minutes versus the Warriors, so they obviously trust him, and he put up a 15-4-5 line. It's 24 PRAs going over this pretty easily. I know the Pelicans are tough defensively, a little tougher to get rebounds, things like that. I know that, but 16.5 seems a little low, so that's a lean for me. And he is on the Kings, in case you don't know that. But and then my last one, just the Pelicans on the money line at plus 105. There's a reason they've won all 5 games. I know Zion is out, but that doesn't mean a team cannot win because they've had other guys step up. But Trey Murphy is one of those guys. He's been known to step up, hit some threes, play some D. He can do some things. McCollum had 30 points versus the Kings in his only game without Zion. I think he can score a little bit on De'Aaron Fox and the Kings. If Ingram can just kind of give us enough, and just hopefully he's just not really hurt. It's hard to know right now. Obviously, that is the worry. But they're still playing at home in a do-or-die game. They want this game. This means a lot to them. People I think are kind of just writing them off because Zion's out. I'm betting with my heart here, but I'm just pulling for them because they just had some terrible luck lately, and they got bad luck again with Zion just absolutely dominating that game and then going out with a hamstring injury. But like I said, they've won five of 5 games, and not just one. They've won them by an average of 19.2 points per game. It's been absolutely insane. Their net rating was actually a half point better in the 12 games without Zion than with Zion. I mean, take that for what it is. I mean, it's about the same. I mean, the reason offense obviously takes a step back, but their defense does improve without Zion on the floor and another guy on that plays better defense. So take it for what it is. I'm definitely not saying the Pelicans are better without Zion, but I still think they got a chance to win. You're getting plus 105 for the home team here. So that's my second link. Keon Ellis over 16.5 PRAs and Pelicans money line. Just some more ideas. So those are my 2 best bets and my leans for the Friday play-in tournament games, the do or die. It should be fun to watch. All right, let's check out the bets recap. All right, there it is. DeMar DeRozan over 5.5 dimes, and then Larry Nance Jr. under 16.5 PRAs. Those are our 2 best bets for Friday. Let's get back on track before all the games start, and we got some fun NBA playoff basketball to watch this weekend. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and then stay tuned for that MLB videos. We got a big Friday show for you. So thanks again. I appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.